People, deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for joining and being back as well. I'm lost for words. My speech is blurred. It's a madness, isn't it? Like, see me, we've been down this, in it. Like, I can take losing. I can take losing. It makes me sick to my stomach, but I can take losing. I can accept losing. What I can't accept is no heart, no desire, just no fucking plan. No fucking plan. This team has no plan. This team has no desire. This team is like Jenga. United we stand, divided we fall, and time again divided. I'm seeing players moan at each other yet again. More fight for people, more fight for everyone but the bloody opposition. It's man asking how I'm feeling. Rotten, because I don't know what vexes me. The bewildering tactics, the delay for the subs, the putting my faith in some of these subs to come and make the difference, or to see consistent underperformers consistently play time and 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 time again. This is what I have a problem with. This is why we're in this model. I can't defend Arteta. I can't defend and condone any of this foolishness I'm seeing. Again, Arteta is just a pawn in this. It's going to be the next manager. It was Emre before. It's Arteta now. People, we've got to put all our energy to Stan Kroenke out. Every energy, every fibre in everyone's body has to be put towards getting man out of this club. I don't know how it's done. Mash up the things. I don't know what we have to do, but it needs to be done, man. Holland and Real Madrid fans, and see what they need to do, because again, it's atrocious, people. It's absolutely atrocious. Like it's not even Banter FC. It's below that. The Banter FC thing is probably too kind to Arsenal at this moment in time now, people. It's crazy. Bro, Martinelli on there for 2 seconds and played well. Again, the same old 3-4 man that are being named again. And to be fair with you, at this point, Steve, you should have let Arsenal win your birthday. You should have copped some loud, should have got a Henny, should have grabbed, phone up one of your galley and that, and made some other things happen. Because you telling me you gave that you on your birthday wanted to watch Willian. On your birthday, wanted to watch Eddie Nketiah. I'm tired of Eddie Nketiah. All Eddie Nketiah wants to do is ring that phone. That phone is dead. You need to go and charge it. It's dead. It's dead. No one is calling it. No one is calling it. It's not Eddie's fault by himself, because at the end of the day, he didn't lose his man. He didn't lose his man. So I don't understand it. But Eddie, I don't understand. Bro, he's 22 years of age. He can still be a baller, but not here. The thing he might drop somewhere else, but not here. Not here for Eddie. This phone is not ringing. It's not scoring goals. I judge my strikers on obviously goals. This is what I don't understand about Eddie Nketiah. Look at statistically how many goals come in the box. Look at the fact that we call him a fox in the box. He's at home. He's meant to be at home in the box. I lie. In the box, that's meant to be his bread and butter. No one's meant to know. Like I said in my live stream, Eddie Nketiah is meant to know he's meant to know the box better than his hand, than the back of his hand or even his hand. And he's a 22-year-old. I'm sure he went through puberty and stuff, and I'm sure the birds and the bees, he definitely has been well acquainted with his hand, his strongest hand at some point. He needs to know it better than that. My guy, forget all the mod talk right now. Dead that, man. Apologies. I'm not trying to be rude. Dead that. Forget all the mod team. My team just got smacked. I don't care about who's mod and who's not mod. And I don't even care about my own YouTube channel right now. I'm not trying to be rude, but that's all dead. I judge a striker on how comfortable you feel in the box. Eddie's meant to know. He's meant to have a reputation for fox in the box. This is why I don't give a crap about how many he scored at youth level, how many he scored for England. I'm not belittling, Eddie Nketiah's record for England, but that crap is irrelevant once you step into the first team. I've told you lot, just by looking at it statistically, his goal scoring in the first team is overrated. The way he's taking chances is overrated. I think he should still get a new deal just to protect his resale value. But let's just get rid of the man now. Get him off now. He might become a player. Go and get your sell-on fee. The chance he took, that's not someone who's comfortable in the box. That's not someone who's at home in the area. That's not someone who's a sharp striker. There's no pressure on him. One, he should take time. Two, why is he trying to bang it first time? This is selfishness. This is nonchalant. Eddie, there's no focus. You had a woeful game against Southampton. A bit of gloss over it because it was 1-1 and we got the goal. You technically got an assist, even though it's Saka's work. Saka basically did the work, and you put your name on the sheet as well, saying you helped with the group assignment. It's poor, man. It is poor, man. It is poor. What are you talking about? There is no service, so how can he score? Okay, what did you see with Calvert-Lewin? He made his own thing. How about the way two things can be true? There can actually be a lack of movement, creativity, and service in the team when players can play poorly as well. We knew what game it was. There was no pressing from Eddie. He gave no real fight to the back foot, the centre halves. You know, they were both on their Beckenbauer thing. You know, you had Michael Keane trying to hit the ball from 30 yards. Yerry Mina is probably the second, maybe third if you include Richarlison in the air. You know, he hasn't given him anything to talk about. Two things can be true. Please comprehend things, you know, please. Maybe your brain isn't able to do it and you're behaving like these Arsenal players. You know, just come out my live chat, man, because this is a free thing. You're talking nonsense. No service is a thing. Eddie was absolutely shocking today. I judge my strikers on what you do in the box because goals, goals ultimately are what's going to pay your bills. You know, you need to score. It's also about what you're doing without scoring. And Eddie didn't affect the game in any way. Didn't give the centre halves any trouble. Didn't press. Didn't act like an outlet. Eddie Nketiah is not alone in this because, like I said, he didn't lose his man for Calvert-Lewin to contribute to Holding's goal. He never lost his man with Yerry Mina. But Eddie Nketiah should be a better player. You know, you might get 2 chances a game and it might be harsh. Put 2 away. You need to affect the game when you're not scoring and he doesn't have enough to his table. Forget all of that. When you look at Willian, when you look at Ceballos, when you look at Eddie Nketiah, you know, couple of names as well. I'm not scapegoating them. I'm looking at them. I'm saying, cool, you're starting. You know, you've got the Man City game to come as well. Go and play your way into that. You've got a point to prove. We need to stand up to be counted because of the form. We've got a quarter final, and I'm sure you all want to play games, and you all talk about fighting for Arteta. So go out and show it. I didn't see that. I'm seeing players moaning at each other. I'm seeing guys tear into each other. This tells me the team is fractured. This tells me there's no fight. This tells me there's no hunger. There's no desire. Only a few men are being trying, you know. Why am I seeing David Luiz with more dribbles and trying to take the game than other attackers? You know, because David Luiz, for all the talk about Arteta and all of this nonsense about his beef and Arteta, I have to admire David Luiz because looking at David Luiz based over that 90 minutes, I never got that. He never down tools. He tried to fight. Saka tried to fight. Tierney's looking better than some of these attackers, you know. Pepe lost his man, but at the end of the day, he scored a penalty, and I think he was okay, below par, but okay. Didn't see Willian, you know, better in the second half, but it is crazy, man. Oh, Jesus. We're going to get into it, but let me see what you lot are saying, man. Please hit the like button. I've missed the super chat. Jesse has said, thank you very much for your £2. How has William played 90 minutes? The same way, the same reason Eddie Nketiah got 70. Or then Arteta has to face the blame because you're not seeing it. I don't see a blueprint. You've been here a year. This is why I told you, look, when you keep saying this crap about it's not his team, it's not this, it's not that. Why can't people accept multiple things can be true? It might not be his players, but the same way, there's no system. How many of them are Carlo Ancelotti's players? How many did Carlo bring in? You know? Everton fans were looking at Carlo Ancelotti like he's a madman when he said, "Yo, I wanted Calvert-Lewin when I was managing in Italy. I think he's got everything. He just needs to learn movement." He had a plan, you know. Yerry Mina is very error prone. You wouldn't have got that today. Michael Keane was talked about as being a flop. Right now, this season, he's playing well. You know, Tom Davis. Would you say Davis lad? He's a good player, but would you say he's more creative than Ceballos? So why is it working for one player, not the other? Because one, Davis is taking responsibility, and two, the manager has a clear plan. You can't keep saying it's not his players thing and then gas about him when he's winning FA Cup with the same man. There can be two things that can be true. There can be balance. The balance is, yes, he didn't sign these players. Yes, a lot of them are below par. But like I said, if Arteta gets all of these players, is he going to turn it around? Maybe because they're better players, but I'm not seeing anything tactically to suggest this. You know, he was allowed to say, I want to bring back in Mustafi and marginalize Ozil and Saliba. He was allowed to persist with David Luiz. We heard through the agent's mouth that he wanted Willian. You know, Williams had one shot on target in 11 games. Now, of course, when you're missing a Bamian and things, you have to kind of start him. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm not even trying to get at Eddie Nketiah, but what did he do to play 70-odd minutes when you got Lacazette there? Lacazette and Martinelli on the field for 2 seconds, and they're already involved. And yeah, towards the end, we huffed and puffed. That has been the case. Like was the case against Spurs. Like was the case against Wolves. And obviously today, and Southampton, obviously, we drew. We huff and puff in the second half, and we think it's all rosy. You know, we didn't do the hard graphs. We cheated ourselves. You let yourself down again. I said we're going into a tough 3 days where you can't afford to let yourselves down from set pieces. You've let yourself down from another set piece from carrying on from the Burnley thing. You know, it's crazy. crazy, crazy, crazy stuff going on. You know, the only benefit is that technically Calvert-Lewin didn't score. I think he had to drop. I actually don't feel Everton in large, at least in the first half, created too much. And I think they took their foot off the gas when they went a goal ahead. But, you know, at least we got on the score sheet. It's not a goal from open play. You know, again, I'm talking about defenders more so in an attacking sense. You know, Maitland-Niles is earning the penalty. David Luiz is trying to drive the team. What's his name? Tierney's trying the thing as well. You know, I'm not mentioning none of the attackers. I don't think Pepe was as bad as William, but was he good? No. Eddie Nketiah, anonymous. You had one chance, hit the target. That's who you're remembered by. You know, it's not good enough, bro. It's not good enough, people. It's really not. We're gonna get into my notes. Bro, Maitland-Niles went down fighting. You know, in the second half, he was doing a bit of a madness against Richarlison, but you know, what was killing me is David Luiz moaning at El Nene. Maitland-Niles begging his team to show more fight. Even young Joe Willett been on the team 2 seconds, you know. No one wants to be a protagonist. No one wants to be the master of their own fate. I saw that against Everton. You know, Yerry Mina and Keane wanted to keep a clean sheet. I wanted to have good games. Unfortunately, only one of the two is true. You know, Ben Godfrey wanted to say, "No, I don't think I'm a centre-half player left back. You're going to get at me." You're seeing him go forward. You know, Holgate wants to stay in the team. The midfielders want to stay in the team. You know, I'm seeing Calvert-Lewin doing the hard grass. I'm seeing players cheat themselves. You know, we're getting hit on the counter too easily. We're giving the ball away. There's no movement. There's no sense of attacking play. It's just all one big calamity. It's calam. You know, and when you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. This is all on Arteta from a sporting point of view, but it's down to the club because they walked into this season and thought this team was good enough. Smoking the Maddis. It's not. El Nene's revealed his level. The last 3 games he's played poor now. This is why I get on Arsenal fans. When you get excited and start talking about new deals for players and stuff, duds will always show you their duds. They'll be hot and cold. You can have one of them in your squad. We've got too many hot and cold men. You know, they didn't fancy it. They didn't fancy it on a cold and wet evening at Goodison Park. They didn't because of black us lot just on YouTube and you lot listening. We know when you play Everton, you got to be spot on from set pieces. You know they're going to put in a lot of crosses. Lo and behold, they've scored 2 goals from set piece scenarios or crosses, better yet, not to complicate things. Psst. Tells you everything, doesn't it? It tells you everything. Bro, you might need to mix Ray enough with the Henny and do a mad thing, man. Bro, I didn't get it. I understood why Joe came on, but I didn't understand it, man. I didn't get it, man. I didn't get it, man. I don't know what you're talking about, but fair play. We did not play. There's no excuse. They're lacking players. Of course, when you ain't got Gabriel, who might have helped us in the air today, or definitely would have helped us in the air. When you're missing Partey, where you saw how open we were in midfield. When you're without Aubameyang, who might have not. Current form don't suggest it, but he might have swept up something or got something in the game for us. He might have. Any team is going to suffer with them. And I'm not comparing us to Liverpool, but Liverpool have been missing bare, man. You know, right now they've still got injuries. At a point, they've missed members of their front 3. There's still commitment and desire. Why? Because they want it. It's a squad game. Injuries are part of it, and we can't use that as a cop-out. Everton were quality, but where was James? Where was Allen? Where was Delph? You know, Coleman's working his way back from injury. You know, where was Dejane? They had injuries. There's no excuses. They had injuries. Obviously, football is about, you know, when everything's going right and you're feeling good, everything can go good. When you're playing bad, everything can go bad. It's poor. And that's it. Eddie don't have enough to his game. He don't hold up people. He doesn't press enough, you know. If he didn't score today, but he gave them, for me, it was mainly, you can't press alone, but he's not giving them centre-halves anything, you know. I want to know why Eddie got the nod ahead of Laka. Not that Laka's amazing, you know. Aubameyang and Eddie are not the problem, but, you know, Eddie was woeful today. I think it's more tactics than Eddie. You know, Eddie missed that crap chance, but I don't think it's him, man. Absolutely poor. Wobie's laughing. He got his little assist, man. It is what it is. Oh, this don't tell me someone wants to be a winner then. See what I'm talking about? No patterns of play. And that's why, don't you lot feel you sound mad when you say you need your own players? Of course you do, but you need to show basic premises, you know. Brendan Rodgers, how many Leicester players were his? You know, not Dean Smith, sorry. What's the other lad's name? Carlo Ancelotti, apologies. Carlo Ancelotti, you know, how many of those are his players? How many of them, man, are Hasenhutl's players? You still need to show a base level. This is why I told you, lot, when we're changing to a 4, when we're just putting a Bamian up front, nothing is going to change. A creative man will walk into this team tomorrow and we're still going to say the same thing. There's no movement. We're extremely disjointed. Midfielders are hiding. Looking at El Nene and Ceballos, look at them. Both of them are taking up each other's spots, or they're both pouring forward, or one's staying and one's going, and there's too far of a gap, And you can see David Luiz telling El Nene stop passing it backwards, but to a degree, I can't even get El Nene because he's never shown anything but that. So this is where I get at the manager and I get at the players, but the man at the top is crazy, absolutely crazy, man. Crazy, man. It's mad. It's mad, bro. Aubameyang, Martinelli, Bukayo Saka. Simple business, unless it's a back 3 or back 5, better yet. Hit the like button, please, man. I'm not even in the mood to keep reminding you lot of that, but please hit the like button, people. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. You're spot on with Eddie. Like, it's not Eddie's fault we lost. He missed a chance, but there's 11 men out there. But it's just appalling, man. It's not good enough, man. He needs to, but I think Joe tried, man. I saw a bit more of an effort from Joe. I saw effort from man. No red card, no Aubameyang. Who is he going to blame today? I don't want to hear anything about having necessarily having high possession, how we huffed and puffed in the second half. I don't want to hear that because these themes are the same, even down to the marking, people, the marking for the last goal, their second goal, why is Pepe, I'm not excusing Pepe because Pepe is a donut for leaving his man unmarked. That is a theme that keeps happening. Players are happy to do just the basics, but at the same time, I've heard Arteta complain about Pepe defensively and saying he needs to improve, which I'm not saying he's wrong, yeah. But if we're cynical, why are you going to make the man that is one of the weakest defensively in your squad, Mark, one of their strongest threats from an aerial situation? If it was not Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, it was probably going to be the man who scored the Yerry Mina. And also in the build-up to that, go and look at Holgate on who's marking him. I can't remember who's marking Holgate, but it's another case of us not literally moving a man off Leno. They're occupying Leno, so Leno can't even react. That's part of the reason we're beat to it. Yerry Mina gets a powerful run up, but at the end of the day, it's done, man. It's crazy. Maitland-Niles went down like a tug. He's trying, and that's one thing I hope he stays in the team, man. He had one beaky throw in early where we went and broke and stuff, and that tells you mentally where we are. But I can't get it because I heard Arteta, he's got the tactics. He gives, for me, do you not remember when he said apparently he sets homework? He sets homework and they have to send pages of the games. What are they giving to you lot? What homework are they doing? Because they're going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing again and again and again and again. Like nothing is going to change, people. Ceballos was equally as poor, focused on Eddie and Nketiah. Ceballos was atrocious today as well. Takes too long on the ball, more considered with getting into these handbags and diving and whatnot. Just not the midfield I came to expect we was getting from Madrid or anything close to it. He just needs to go, bro. We're gone. We need to target 40 points. Kroenke needs to go. Vinay needs to go. Edu needs to go. Bro, it's long for Arteta, man. Bro, it's baffling, and this is what I'm talking about. It comes to being street smart. It's come to being street smart, really and truly. Be street smart. Be switched on, and the players as well. You're all moaning with each other. Be brave. I'm only seeing a couple man trying to be brave. I'm not seeing it ever, man. Arteta's not helped himself, man. Bro, 2 pieces of tissue, man. Appalling. And what's going to happen? We're going to moan about this. The next time Arsenal win, all of this fans are going to shut up about all of this, man. Bro, a man's asking you, that's a trick question. Of course I'm getting behind that because it's a madness, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Absolutely nonsense, man. Like, the teams, bro, this is where you got to rein it back. You're still going to get the live streams and that, but this isn't good enough, man. Like, there's no shortcuts for hard work. You've got to put in the hard yards, and this tells me you didn't, because you knew going into this game, set pieces, you need to be switched on. You need to earn the right to play. You can't afford to give away cheap free kicks. And for me, again, game management. Arteta, game management, but the players, you've got yourself back into the game via a penalty. You've conceded on the stroke of half time. yeah, you've come out in the second half, and I think in the first 10 minutes, probably in the second half, we looked the most strongest, about 80% possession. But what did you do? You can sit here and say we halved and halved. We had this, Louise hit the post. There was a couple chances with Saka and that towards the end. We can talk about that. But all Carlo Ancelotti cares about and what all that matters is 3 points. And credit to Leicester. They've beat Spurs. I mean, they beat Chelsea. They beat Leicester. And not that you getting, it's got to the point you don't get credentials for beating Arsenal. You don't get ratings for beating Arsenal, but they beat Arsenal in it. Thank you for becoming a member, my dude, as well. To be fair, there's nothing wrong with the shirt swapping. That's just an anger thing. You're just on an anger thing. You can swap shirts, but it's poor. And what we heard rumors all about, we heard all these rumors about David Luiz fighting Arteta and things. I have to credit David Luiz. I never saw that today. I saw someone that wanted to win, even down to things like telling Richarlison come off the pitch and things like that. It's crazy, man. It's nothing is gonna change. Like, it's just gonna get madder. Like, it's just some nonsense, man. And that's not even gonna do anything because more men are gonna stop it. This whole not buying merchandise and things like that. I get it. There's method behind it. I'm not urging people to do it, but at the same time, what is it going to change? What is it going to change? And this club is going down the toilet, because again, we knew how crucial it was to finish in Europe last year. You stand the prospect of, I don't even know if there's a snowball's chance that you can beat City. Do you win do you get into the Europa League? Because again, we're ahead of our planning for summer of next year. If you're not in Europe, together with the ban with COVID and all the other implications of that and the knock-on effect of us not having any what's it, man? What's the thing? Us not having any fans in the ground and the money and the seats on bums. We're in issues, man. Aye, my guy Marius, man. Better days will come when Kroenke pees off. It's not even a rare NF thing, man. I got a new thing. I got that. What's that guy's name again? Charlie Sloth. I got his thing. Can't disagree with that. Exactly. He wanted it. Bro, David Luiz wanted to be a ball player more than any. David Luiz wanted to score more than any of our attackers. I don't know. Pepe's frustrating. At least I'm seeing Pepe taking some stupid shots. I'm not seeing Willian do anything. Willian looked better in the second half. Let me not cap, but he's hiding. Eddie and Nketiah, apart from that chance where he should have passed it, what the hell did he do, people? Please make sure you're hitting the like button. As usual, please make sure you're hitting the like button. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. We do, like, the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over and over again, people, and expecting differences, people. But I might as well show you lot my thoughts in relation to the game. One sec, people. One sec. So yeah, man. Let me just scroll the way down. Scroll this all the way down. Apologies. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Oh, people, man. We'll get in. We've got a lot to get through, so strap in, man. We're here for the long run, man. We're here for the long run. Let's go, man. Let me share my screen. With you guys. Please make sure you're hitting the like button if you're new here, people. Chrome tab. Please, Arsenal, show me this one. So yeah, man. This should really say first 10. I felt we looked okay on the ball when we did have it, not that we was doing anything with it, we were still in our home half, still negative, 5-yard passes like Danny Ceballos is passing it to someone 5 yards next to him and taking it off him rather than going to some space. But apart from that, I felt, again, very reactive. I wanted to see us be on the front foot a bit, try and have a bit of desire, but, Everton probably had the best opening 20 minutes they've had all season. Like I said, the key one for me, Michael Keane and Yerry Mina, they're playing like real ball playing centre halves. They've got a high line. They're in our half. Them, Holgate, Ben Godfrey enjoying plenty of the ball. Davis the same. Calvert-Lewin. I think we did all right on the grand scheme of things. That's one thing. I think we did okay against Calvert-Lewin. The one time he needed to be switched on, conceded. But I think we did okay. Iwobi's putting in crosses and you're doing bad when Iwobi actually has enough time to make the right decisions rather than this, should I shoot all this stuttering business. Big up Iwobi for his assist and he's a Haaland lad, Big up yourself, Iwobi. But like I said, it was too easy for Everton to break us down. Once again, too much gaps in the midfield. Ceballos and El Nene, it's not the most seasoned partnership, and I think you saw it. You know, both of them are vacating the same area, or both of them are staying in that same area. Either way, there's too many gaps. They're too easy to get past. Like, I think in all duels today, El Nene was too easily brushed aside. I have to wonder if Ceballos' head was ever in a football game. I thought he was more concerned with getting a red or something. You know, he's still diving, still doing the player antics, doing everything other than being a good footballer. And I'm looking at it. I need my players to stand up to be counted. You know, El Nene's going backwards and David Luiz is getting angry at him. Again, I'm seeing David Luiz. I'm seeing Tierney. I'm seeing Saka. I'm seeing Maitland-Niles. Pepe's, I don't even think Pepe played well, but he's getting on the ball. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And there were warning signs as well. Clearly, you know what you're going to get with Everton. They're not going to change it for this game. They're good on the ball, but they're going to try and pump crosses in. And you saw that, people, really and truly. I think the only thing that I was seeing prior to the goal was that Everton didn't score. They didn't really test Leno. And I still think to a degree Leno weren't really tested like that. They had 2 good opportunities. They put them in the back of the net. Saying that, before I forget, again, as a result of stupid mistakes, Dominic Calvert-Lewin hits it with his left foot and almost scores a weldy. I did think there was a lot of times, you know, you could even see Tierney and Maitland-Niles, they gave away fouls because we were too easy on the counter and on the transition. And you could see Tierney and Saka getting very angry. You know, in fact, it was even for that. I'm jumping the gun a bit, but I'm sure that second goal comes after Leno made a fantastic save to deny Calvert-Lewin with his weaker peg just before half-time. So why am I not switching on and saying, whoa, we've somehow got ourselves back in this game, lads? Calvert-Lewin's taking a shot. Everton are still going to have the bit between their teeth. They've got their fans here. Let's manage the game. There's a minute or so before the end of the first half. No, we've not done that. Someone has gone, oh, Arteta told us in the analysis that Yeremina is one of the best headers of the pool. Let him run. And he's got a free header. But again, I have to get at the coaching staff. Why would you make Pepe mark that man? It doesn't make sense, you know. It's crazy, people. Like I said, players are chasing shadows. Players are accepting defeat. Players got more energy to blame other players than actually try and present something to Everton. Ultimately, lacking movement, lacking creativity, lifeless, stale, same old. A team that, considering Arteta's only been here for a year, a team that actually looks like it's reached the end of a cycle. You know, it looks like we look like how we were under Unai Emery. We look like how I've seen Jose Mourinho's sides look when he's going to leave. How Louis van Gaal, well, it's a bit deep on Louis van Gaal because he won FA Cup, but how these, you know, a couple of United managers were looking towards the end, you know, and many other roles, you know. Again, we look like we're at the end of our road, and it's a lot, and we knew we needed 3 points, so at least to put in more of a fight and not still talk about the same talking points. So I'm keen to see what Arteta and the rest of them have to say, because I don't think there is anything. Sometimes I think silence is golden. You can keep saying we're trying in training, we're working hard and all of these things, and yet again, like against Wolves and Spurs, we look better in the second half, but we got fuck all from the game. It doesn't make sense, people. Like I said, if you're Everton, they're doing well. Everything that I'm not seeing with Arsenal, I'm seeing in Everton. They're working man for a man. They're working hard. There's desire. There's intent. There's belief. You know, collectively, they're working to a system. You know, Richarlison, I think, had a very good game. He won some fouls. He milked some fouls when he got fouled as well. You know, he was actually involved in the first goal. It goes from left to right, actually, for this goal. I think they scored 14 minutes in, people. And like I said, I think it goes to Richarlison and it's Davis, and then he switches it over to Iwobi. Iwobi puts a ball into the box, and, you know, Calvert-Lewin's not being marked and people are not paying attention. He headers it on to Rob Holding, and Rob Holding takes it into the back of the net. First real chance, I'd say, from Everton, and you can't say on the balance of things they didn't deserve that, people. And for me as well, like I said, you had Michael Keane. Apologies for the typos, and who really cares? You had Michael Keane more interested with trying to be Gerrard in this game, hitting it from 30 yards and playing passes, and you're letting him on the ball, which I spoke about before. Statistically, he's up there, top 10 players, at least before this game, in terms of passes in the league. You know, he's a big part to how they play centrally, is what it is. And for me as well, again, we know there's no Aubameyang, and it's not the most glamorous of front threes, but Would Yerry Mina and Michael Keane really want to get into a foot race potentially? I know Ben Godfrey's quick, but would they want to get into a consistent foot race with Willian, with Eddie and Pepe, just on the balance of pace? That's why I couldn't understand why we're not trying to clip it in behind or play it in behind for people, because, you know, they that tells me they back themselves. For me, that tells me that they believe more in what they can do than your threats. And they say, okay, well, Arsenal are overrated. They're playing poorly. We'll score more than them and we'll get back in numbers, which you saw with Everton. Can't say I saw it with Arsenal. Like I said, the only benefit, and Calvert-Lewin, I think they should give him that goal. I think he played well today, but the only benefit is, I think, apart from that, you know, we're actually doing all right against him, and he's being forced to drop deep. And to be fair, it's an admirable performance when you see Calvert-Lewin dropping deep in the same way I saw Kane and other strikers doing that. It weren't 20 minutes in, like I said, first real Everton chance, Calvert-Lewin scored, people. You know, it starts on the left, like I said, with Davis and the rest of them, and nobody ultimately sees him, people. These are all my match notes at the time. You know, I've already said this partnership is atrocious. El Nene's losing all the duels and is way too easily to brush upon this. Ceballos' decision-making in areas he takes up is poor. You know, I felt sorry for David Luiz because nobody's showing for the centre-halves. Even Rob Holding, he's tried to clip it a couple of times, and he did quite well for Pepe and Saka, but you know, I'm not even getting at the defenders today, man. Really and truly, I don't think it's with them. I think everybody played crap, but is what it is. And it takes me to this, you know, only a couple players are again standing up to be counted. Not that anybody played amazing. I did feel, you know, definitely in the first in the 25-minute period, Everton were quite open after conceding. I think they took their foot off the gas and they were quite open, and that's actually what helped us score as well. And that's where I wanted to see a bit more. And again, far too open on the break. Where is our midfield? And you could see Tierney, Maitland-Niles, David Luiz, a lot of players frustrated with the midfield and strikers for what they're doing. Ultimately, nobody put in pride in their performance. Nobody sees their opportunity. You know, again, for one, look, we've jumped ahead so far, people. I've even forgot about our goal. Yeah, we had a bit of fortune. Like I said, Maitland-Niles is one of the only players that looks like they're putting in half a shift, and obviously he gets a bit of fortune. I'm pretty sure Richarlison lost the ball, or was it Tom Davis? But either way, it's Everton's own mistake. You know, they've made a mistake. Maitland-Niles has gone into the he tried to go into the box. There's some other action has happened, and Maitland-Niles is, you know, just got to the ball before Tom Davies, who's aimlessly swinged his foot. There's no intention. He doesn't see his man, but it is a penalty. It's a soft one, I'm not going to lie, but it's a pen. Now, Pepe gets us back in the game. There's no Aubameyang. Pepe pull it back in, and that's where I'm looking at our boys like, okay, cool. We've been poor. We are playing poor. We're under a lot of pressure. We've somehow got into the game. Can I see a bit of game management? And this is where a year from now, if I can't see this, the players are duds, but you have to start looking at your manager if you wasn't already. We're far too open and we're still doing the same naiveties. And like I said, I felt sorry for Leno because he done a bad boy save to deny Calvert-Lewin a worldie, and it was all for nothing. You know, you could see Keane and Holgate on the keeper, similar to what happened against Burnley. You know, Pepe missed his man, and Yerry Mina slaps it in near post. It's a calamity. I don't know why it says marketing, but marking yet again, people, just like against Spurs. Half time. These are my thoughts. What is there to say? You know, I only think Everton have had two real quality chances, and we've conceded by both of them, with the own goal and the Yerry Mina. I've spoken about our midfield pivot. The less said on El Nene and Ceballos, the better. Hopefully, neither is at this club. In fact, as I've said earlier, you look at our midfield, who is going to be, only part is going to be here. There's nobody 30. Ceballos, you know, we should be begging Ceballos to stay here, you know, and not go back to Madrid. We should have been begging Ceballos to stay here last year. Instead, we're like, you know, Spurs wanted Ceballos. And again, they're lucky on that. And you have to wonder, this again tells mismanagement. What's going on? Maybe a better manager gets something out of Ceballos, but we spent a long fee on Ceballos. You know, we've spent free transfer on Willian. When you act, you know, these are just two signings that highlight the lack of management and misspending. When you take shortcuts, you pay in the long term, and we keep happening. Like I said, I like people to stand up to be counted. I'm seeing people hiding, people bickering, and only a few players ultimately on this. Stupid marking again. Yet again, there's game management. And I'd also like to extend that game management. I think, again, Arteta has failed the test like he did against Jose, Bielsa, Dean Smith, Nuno. Any game he's gone against Rodgers, any manager he's gone against this season who is a decent manager and has been there for a while, he struggled. He beat Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which, you know, at the time they were playing dead, and Scott Parker, which at the time they were playing dead, and it's a poor Fulham team. If we bucked Fulham right now, they're going to smack us in. Fulham, if they win, apparently they go above us or some shit. So it's a madness. Game management. Don't know how Willian stayed on so long. Didn't actually understand the sub you made when you took off Pepe, to be fair with you. I get it, but why was Willian still on? Eddie Nketiah, 75 minutes. What's going on? You know, Eddie Nketiah, for me, on the worst of days, if you're not scoring and the ball's not sticking, at least be a problem for the centre halves. You wasn't, you know. Yerry Mina's shorts might be dirty because he was getting on the floor and whatnot. Michael Keane, they can hang that kit up again. You know, all he's got. I bet you the kit man's just gonna take one whiff of this and say nothing's wrong with that. That's good to go again. You know, Everton playing in the Carling Cup midweek because that kit could be used again. You know, really and truly, you know, we knew they'd cross the ball. So again, I get onto this team again. You know, what was we doing all week? We knew we was coming to Goodison Park to defend a lot of crosses. You know, we know you have to stop the cross. You know, you have to be good in the air. You know, your marking has to be spot on. How many of these things rang true, people? Was it the complete opposite? You know? It's crazy. Once again, Pepe lost his man, but why is the person who is the weakest defensive man marking one of the strongest in their team on the ball? I'm not excusing Pepe. I'm questioning logic. As I said, their centre-halves had a field day. Michael Keane is trying to score from 30 yards, and one of them's headed home. We've spoken about that. And like I said, people, it's a bit of a joke thing. David Luiz, Tierney, Maitland-Niles look like better attackers than the actual attackers on the field, you know, with exceptions to Saka and the goal scorer Pepe to a degree. You know, yeah, we came out stronger. We huffed and puffed like against Wolves and Spurs, but the damage is already done at that point. First 10 minutes into the second half, we had, 82% of possession. Nothing else happened with that, people. You know, I don't understand the Pepe sub. You know, I don't understand how Eddie Nketiah got 70 plus minutes. I don't understand how he got there. And then it's just desperation now, you know. Martinelli was good when he came on, but this just screams desperation now. We're putting a hell of a lot of pressure on someone who's only 19 and inexperienced and still learning and working his way back from injury. It's a bit like with risking Partey against Spurs. Again, if he's fit, he's fit. But in terms of fluidity, this guy's been out for a while. This screams to me you're rolling the dice. You don't know what else to do. You don't have a plan. I'm not saying Smith Rowe should have played, but when I see the midfield, we needed someone who could connect, who could try to drive things. You'd rather stay with Willian. You're picking these experienced names in the one of instant results, and it's not happening. The player you said defends you defending Willian. He's not showing one. When we go off recent reports and we say David Luiz hates the guts of you. We heard David Luiz wants you sacked. He's upset. He gave you something. For all David Luiz's faults, at least I don't have to question his mentality. Once again, defending from set pieces. And I know many people will talk about the fact that we're missing a Aubameyang, we're missing all that. For me, that's irrelevant because Everton are missing Dejane, you know. Coleman's probably their first choice fullback. He's not fit, so he didn't start. I know he came off, you know. They're missing James Rodriguez, marquee signing. They're missing Fabian Delph and Allen. Say this game went another way. They could easily say, oh, midfield. We know midfield battle is crucial. They still made it happen. You see all these excuses? Two things can be true. You know, all of these things about players and things can be true, but either way, you have to call a spade a spade. It's another poor result. It's another poor game. And again, I personally don't know what the hell Arteta can say past that, people. I don't know what he can say or how he can carry on. Big up everybody in the live chat. 720 of you people. Mad thing. Absolute mad thing, people. I respect you, man. A man said, come to Spurs. When you lot get a trophy, I might consider dead that, man. It's Arsenal gang till I die, as crap as they are. You know, you can never go with the pagans, man. You know, I don't know, Rob D. I don't know what DT's doing or what you're talking about. I ain't got nothing to do with me. We're just here for my own thing. Bro, it's been found out. That's what happens in football, right? Now, them times there, Arteta was a breath of fresh air. You know, man didn't know what he's about. Then they found out that he's, you know, first we said he's on the underdog thing. You know, we said he's on the underdog thing. He knows these boys have to concede possession because they're not good on the ball and all of these things. And he wants to be a counter-attacking team. And then, you know, now we're just saying there's no effort, there's no this, there's no that and the other. He's been found out. There's not our midfield, and he was a midfielder, which is what I don't understand. An actual midfielder, there's been no balance in the midfield. Forget the personnel, you know. You as a midfielder, so you know how vital the pairs need to work. Now, looking at that, so Bios, you're more expansive. El Nene, you're more basic. You stay back, you go forward. Obviously, mix it up, but you stay the same. You never saw that. Both of them are going forward, or both are staying back. Both are in the same areas, or they're not helping their wide areas as well. And this is the second game because it happened against Southampton as well. Where was the midfield again? Defensively letting us down. Arteta was a midfielder. I don't understand how you don't pattern off that position. Again, we know there's no Partey. We know the players ain't good enough, but they should be working among each other. There should be some sort of basic sort of premise around that. People have found it out, and a mixture. The players are probably, when a new manager comes in, you get a little bounce, everyone's a bit gassed, but then you have to keep motivating people, and it didn't happen. It's a joke thing. It's an absolute joke, and it's a piece of nonsense, people, which I'm quite frankly tired of. I kept telling you, look, the honeymoon period is over for Donny. We need to see a bit more. And it's gonna get crazy, people. Let me share my screen again. Share screen. Stop the share screen thing. Why can't it just show all the damn tabs, man? Application window. Yeah, man. Just show the whole StreamYard, man. Just share that whole thing for me. Yo. I don't know what that one there was. Let me just stick to what I normally do, people, which is Chrome tab. Let's look on Twitter. Big up the account Swift's Ramble. And like they said, people, absentee owner, where is Kroenke? He's not going to give a crap about this. Kroenke doesn't give a crap about us as a football fan base, people. Kroenke don't care about us, so how can we care about anything? Apologies, people, before I get in. 39 minutes clip. It's appalling, people. It really is appalling. We've got an absent owner. We hear from, courtesy of David Ornstein and fancy little media outlets, that he's been to more games, that he does care, that he's this and that he likes to leave people to their own devices. No, we need a hands-on manager. I don't think you should always be on the manager, but there's no pressure at this club. You haven't given them the tools to do what they need to do. You haven't demanded excellence like someone like Roman Abramovich. That's why there's no sense of urgency with Arteta, where he can keep doing these things, like persisting with Eddie and Nketiah the second game after playing poor, like he consists with playing William for 90 odd minutes, like he can keep showing a lack of system, a lack of attacking intent. Edu at the top as well, a lack of recruitment, a lack of plan Bs. Vinay, you've given all of these novices too much responsibility and not helped them, and there's been too many changes. It's not healthy. When you factor in, we've got a crap bunch of players. We've been making poor decisions and had pure communication among all aspects for years. This is why we're in this mess. This has been coming, and this isn't going to change. This is a lax approach as to why Arsenal is here. We haven't been proactive off the field, so we failed on it. We haven't been proactive on the field, so we're paying the price off it. And like I said in a previous stream, you can forget about European football, definitely Champions League. Can forget about Europa League unless you win the FA Cup, or did they even give it to you for the Cat Yaraba again? Because then you're going to feel it a bit more. Because we already know how important it was financially to get Europa League, just so we could probably buy Partey allegedly. So what is it said now? You look at it, Bear Man need to leave this team. Is Arteta the man to lead it right now? He's not showing nothing to say it. Because again, there's no real pressure in this club in a healthy way. It's not, and it all trickles down, and Kroenke doesn't give a crap. So he's right. It's big up Swiss Ramble, inexperienced manager, but we knew that, Arteta, he has to hold his blame. I don't think he has to hold his blame purely for being inexperienced. He's just, the bulk of Arteta's problems is he hasn't learned from his mistakes. He's just been stubborn. That's not inexperience. That's a stupidity for me. Director of football dead, chief executive dead, no clear scouting network. We're signing old men and then young G's, Chelsea rejects, with the exception of Louise, none of them have really cared. You've done the expensive thing and, and whatnot. Super agents getting cozy. And again, the feeling for me is that there's tomorrow, seize today, people. Look at this as well. Big up. Let's see what stats are here, people. Arteta's got the lowest win percentage as well, but lowest league win rates among Arsenal managers with 20 plus league games in charge. Look where you see a couple of these names are probably before my time, but it's pretty damning, innit? Pretty damning, people. This is one of my favorite Twitter accounts, Orbino. Big up him. What is he saying, people? If you took results and created a league table since Mesut Ozil was excluded from the Premier League squad, Arsenal would be second bottom ahead of Sheffield United. League defeats as a manager, Arteta's had 13 in 31 games. Emre had 13 in 51. We had 10 shots in the second half, none on target, which again tells you about huffing and puffing, but no actual clear plan as to how we're going to put the ball in the back of the net. You know, last time we got this lowest run of after from 9 games, you know, it was peak for us, people. It really was peak. You know, Arsenal haven't been ahead in a Premier League match since November the 8th, since November, people. What does that tell you? This is all damning statistics. Willian has had 14 touches in the first half, fewer than any other player, and some of those were set plays. So again, Willian's hiding. To be fair, clearly Willian is low on confidence, and we need to allow him a bit, but he needs to get out of here. And again, this is damning. Look at this, people. Look at this. Look at this. You know, only Sheffield United and Burnley have been ahead for fewer minutes than Arsenal in the Premier League this season, 160. We have conceded in the last 5 minutes of the first half in 3 of our last 5 games. So what does that tell you? Our game management isn't spot on. The players are duds. The players are duds, but this is the management. The man's been here for a year, people. The man's been here for a year, people. It's crazy. Absolute crazy and absolutely and nonsense, people. Let me go into this real quick. Moving away from that. Oh man, like this is just nonsense, people, man. Like if where's the other Twitter account I was gonna go to? This is a joke thing, man. This was banter, people. Absolute banter. Please hit the like button, please, people. Hit the like button, support up the thing. Where is it? If we look at it as well, people. I'm trying to find it, people. I can't look. I can't even. I'm not going to bring it up here. But look, 8 defeats in November. I mean in December, and the managerial position isn't even up there, people. It's crazy. Like this is just some banter thing and some absolute nonsense. Like this is just crosses, people. Like this is just crosses. You know, and what? Let's go on the Twitter account, Chris Wheatley. You know, apparently he's got some banging stuff. Big up everyone. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Look, people, look at this. Look, Arteta has now lost 8 Premier League games this season out of 14. That's as much as Oli had in his last season in 38 games. So again, he has to face the music. He has to face the music. I want to see what he's got to say, people, because this is a Mazzolini. Like Chris. Hey, Chris Wortley, big up him. You know, he's a reporter and them things there. Look, 1 shot in target in his previous 11 games for Arsenal. Boy, just stupid, man. Look. Apparently, look. Should we see what Arteta's had to say? Arteta on his future. My energy and focus is only on getting the team out of this situation. Come on, man. Come on, bro. What is all of this? I see the spirit in the team, how they try, how they are willing to do the right things. Again, without conceding much, we lost the game. 2 key moments, an own goal and a set piece. But that's what football's about. Football's about the fine margins. You were at Manchester City with Pep. We've all seen the documentaries where the fine margins, you know, that's what football is about. If Arsenal held on for like 12 minutes or 17 minutes, we'd won the Champions League, you know. If Balotelli at whatever moment didn't show for the ball, City wouldn't have done that or whatever, you know. If certain things happen differently in Spurs' career, they might be league winners. I got to do it, Spurs fans. You lot are laughing in the comments too much. Football is about fine margins. Look how Chelsea won the Champions League. I'm sure if we watched the whole run, there was times Chelsea could have went out, but it's hit the post and all of these things. Football's about fine margins. You know, that's what makes the difference, especially in today's day and age. We should know that. Why do you think there's more? We all know that's why there's more analytical people and you got throw-in people now, because the football is about fine margins. So we can't keep having this blasé under 11s mentality of, again, without conceding much, we lost the game, 2 key moments and an own goal and a set piece. We dominated the game. We created enough chances to win the game. At the moment, I think luck is not with us, and you make your own luck. Luck only happens, or this luck thing only happens with real preparation. You know, if you are really working on putting the ball in the back of the net, on the midfield showing for the ball, on being a well-engined unit, then you might get the rub of the green. Like David Luiz's effort might go in, or Holding's against Southampton might go in. You're not working on things. You can't keep saying, this tells me your priorities are in the wrong place. What is the point having possession, whole heap of crosses when it doesn't mean anything? And when you look deeper into the statistics of such, how many are hitting the target? How many are finding a man? This screams a man with no ideas, no invention, no intention, crossing ridiculously against a well-engined unit against Wolves, doing the same against Spurs, telling Hector Bellerin, actually, as poor as Bellerin is, to go forward, and lo and behold, the gap is there. You know, still starting mediocre players. This game, There was injuries. We're down to our bare bones. I'm not really against Willian starting beyond him just being a poor player. These are cop-outs. And this screams to me, don't have ideas. Desperation with bringing on Martinelli, which in an ideal world, you wouldn't want him to be on. You know, Partey's injured because of your desperation. You can't stand in the rain and ask, why am I wet? And Arteta is that. You can say, oh, you know, my mum never bought me an umbrella, or my mum bought me a cheap one. If the mum was cranky and that, my mum bought me a cheap umbrella, so there's holes in it now. Adapt to that. Go and find a little hut to chill under. You meant to. Arteta had all the answers last season, and he's just posting up more questions. You know, I think even an experienced man would struggle, but for the few things that can be controlled by the man and the man in question, he hasn't done good enough. There's no excuse for a system not to be there. There's no excuse not to see if we go on, like, should we go and watch the Everton game from last year, people? Should we go and watch that? Because there's no excuse. There's no excuse. If we go and watch that, do we look better? Arteta, what are you talking about? We need to generate more to win football matches. The boys are fighting, the boys are upset, and the boys are together. They're not. Because on the football field, I never saw a team play. I saw a couple players that looked upset. I didn't see players that were together. But and what are you talking about? It's really difficult when you're facing a block and a team who's defending really low. We made it difficult for ourselves. It's not easy to attack those spaces and have 15 chances, which is true. But I'm not being funny. That's common logic. The way you want to play, people are going to be a low block. You're not showing me that you can break them down. The players aren't showing me that they can break them down. Like, this is appalling, man. This is absolutely appalling. This don't make no sense. Like, should we see what he's saying in the press conference, people? Let me see what he's saying in the press conference. Let's switch it up. Why is it not letting me remove that? Apologies, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Big up everybody as well. Google Chrome tab. Let's go and see the press conference, people. I hope this is the latest comments and the rest of it. I really do hope so. Let's see what's happening. You know, big up Football London as well. Let's see. Mikel Arteta is facing questions from the media. 14 points from just 14 games this season. I think that tells you everything, don't it, people? That tells you everything about this football club. But let's see what is actually being said. On the lack of creativity, I think the first phase was just slow. Whether it's because the players are restricting and they're afraid to make a mistake, first and foremost, let me stop there. That's where you as a manager, you know, because last year, you made Mustafi look free. You made Xhaka look free. Aubameyang and these underperforming players started having, you know, they weren't scared to make a mistake. You know, there was a point where you look at the Chelsea and United games, first two Ghana games we took over, there was a system there. There was a way of playing. So is it down to your tactics, or if it's down to the manager, you need to tell them that they can be free to make mistakes? Because as poor as I think some of these players are, Willian isn't going to play better if he's afraid that he's going to lose the ball. I need you to try and be a risk taker. El Nene, he might, you know, we know El Nene probably suffers from self-confidence issues, because we did hear Arteta say he doesn't believe in himself. In other words, you've got to communicate to them to be fearless. You played under Wenger. Wenger was the king of doing that nonsense. He used to kill us as fans, but he used to do that. You know, I think it's down to the system and players not knowing what they need to do. Personally, you've said, you know, or is it just because we felt that it was comfortable to do it? No, because players, you get, again, the team is a reflection of the manager. The players have bad habits and are poor players, but I never get urgency from you. I never get proactiveness from you. So how can I sit there and expect my players to be proactive? Look at Paddy Power. Them man there, look, I split quite a laughing at you, Arsenal. Salah laughing, Vardy grinning teeth. Like, you man wanted to sign me, safe. Snodgrass looking at you like, mate, it's not even funny. I feel sorry for the fans. He said, but the second half was much better. We talked about at half time that people has to be quick, the intention, the movement to attack the spaces. Bro, you should be saying that from the start. You know, what are we doing in terms of analytical stuff then? It's too late. It's reactive. It's reactive now. It's too late. Like you said, it wasn't good enough. The one thing you said, he also said, yeah, I think this is the same comment, isn't it? Really and truly. What's going on? Is it just me, or is everything saying the same? This is Aubameyang's fitness. This is the lack of intensity. This website is bugging, isn't it? On the game, he said we controlled them really well. The counter attacks, a few options where we lost the ball inside, which is impossible to control. And then we started to get more and more dangerous in the final third. We only looked dangerous towards the end of the game when the damage was done. Don't know what you're talking about. We know when we are attacking this low block, when they are in front, it's complicated. We generate a lot of situations, but they don't end up in big chances. Sometimes it's a cross, sometimes the last action or our shot. our conversion rate has been really low. And that's down to the players, but it's no coincidence that not one single attacking player is working. This tells me, I don't know, are you doing enough soul searching? You can tell me you analyze these players until you're blue in the face, but do you look at yourself? Because you are a team at some point is a reflection of the manager. You can't win all these things and all the glory and say Arteta's got nothing to do with it. And then when things are going bad, because the play, listen, I'd rather get rid of the owner and the players and give Arteta another go. But what I'm seeing, you're not the guy for it. You know, we need the manager to leave. We need the players to go and we need the owner. And we have to start again from scratch because you're not the guy, man. You're not the guy. I want to believe in you. I want this to just be an emotional thing. And this is something we laugh about in a few years, but I can't because I thought Arteta, when he came, he was looking like, I want to pick my words rightly, but he was looking like someone we could believe in. He was looking like someone that we all know, even if we had a great manager like Klopp or Pep in his prime, they would struggle because of the people at the top and the financial issues. But we hope that we'd have some sort of glimmer of hope that, you know, we could see like a sort of superhero in this mist of a club, sort of joke of a club. We've got one glimmer of hope. We've got someone that we can say, if they had this, if they had that. No, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. And the conversion rate is down to you. The players need to fix up. But how many chances, quality chances, are we creating a game? Lord knows, as an Arsenal fan, I really took for granted playmakers, playing attacking football, qualifying for top four. You know, Arsenal fans used to be vexed about not qualifying for the top four. It's a madness. You know, he's went and said, and then we need a little bit of luck. No, you make your own luck. We hit the post, we had some big chances, and we don't put them away. The reflection is a little bit similar to the last few weeks, that you're better than the opponent, that you dominate the games. I don't think he dominated, and I don't think he was better than Everton. Normally, when you are under this huge pressure and in this position in the table, you get battered by teams. Bro, it's a loss as a loss. Our goal difference is still on the floor. We're still not keeping clean sheets. We're still losing. We're still lacking wins. Forget getting battered. Bro, we lost 2-1. You might as well have lost 5-1. It don't matter. Stop looking for positives where there's not. They are willing to do things the right way, and I'm gutted for them. Bro, I'm only gutted for the fans because you're not. I'm only seeing the same 3-4 players fighting because they need a result. And we played a game that I think we had to get something out of. You didn't play like that. You didn't set up like a man that needed to get something out of this game. And we didn't play like that. That's why this happened. Obviously, he said they're disappointed and he talked about conceding an own goal. And he said, my energy and focus is only on getting the team out of that situation. It's not good enough or acceptable for this club. And this is where it gets scary now because we need Aubameyang against City and definitely against Chelsea. He said, I don't know if it's a week or 2 weeks. It depends how the injury evolves. This is what Arteta does. He takes things away by focusing on his own game, people. We'll get into my own player ratings in a sec, people. We'll get into that, man. But it's pretty telling, like you saw. It's all telling, like oh man. Bro, I don't understand how Willian and definitely Aubameyang didn't get fingied. And for me, Willian, I'm not gonna lie, Willian does look low on confidence. You can see it, but he just strolls around and accepts things. Things that man used to kill Ozil about. Man used to kill Ozil about walking around. How comes he hasn't been? How comes he's allowed, man? It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy, bro. The man said control the game, you know. Controlled the game. Big up Made in Brooklyn. Thank you for your super chat. Arteta's post-match analysis for recent weeks have convinced me the title of Deluded may be better suited for him. Hey, bro, love for that, Gio. But like you're right, man. You know, that's what we do at Arsenal. That's what we do. We make man's careers. We make man look good. To be fair, Calvert-Lewin's a baller. But it is what it is, man. Ultimately, this stands with Arteta, man. Thank you a lot, George. It means a lot. And I big up the DG Nation. It means a lot that you lot are actually here because, you know, we've got battered and it ain't been nothing. It ain't been pretty. It ain't been glossy. It ain't been nothing to talk about. Yet you guys have still been in here. Please make sure you're doing up the like button. I only see 378 likes, people. Please hit up the like button. It means the world to me. And it means I'm going to rank higher in terms of recommended videos and stuff. Bro, crosses, bro. Pure crosses. So if you know, you know, bro. Pure, bro. It's crazy. Joshua, let's be careful because obviously this is football. Football is life or death for me, but there are some people that are going through some real stuff. So let's be careful on our terminology, especially around depression and things like that. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like it's not making no sense at all. 30K by Christmas Day, hopefully, man. Oh, and I'm scared. We shouldn't listen. I feel sorry for them two players. Sorry for them two players, but fans shouldn't be sitting here and saying we hoped putting all our luck on them. And like you said, Ayub, there's no such thing as luck. You make your own luck. Like you said, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. There's no such thing as luck. Man are telling me you need luck. I'm sorry, but we're in the most important stage of our life as a club. We're in free fall. Man can't tell me about luck. Man can't tell me about luck. Do you pass a driving test because you got lucky, or you did certain amount of driving tests, lessons and fake tests before, and you pass all the tests? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. This ain't making no sense, man. They're not fighting for themselves. They're not. How can you fight for next man or club or strangers if you're not fighting for yourself? It don't make no sense, man. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It doesn't, man. It's just getting worse and worse, like you said, bro. Crosses for no reason. It's not making sense. Big up yourself, made in Brooklyn. Would anyone be surprised if Oba's mystery injury turns into a lingering issue that causes him to miss several games? I don't think Aubameyang is on strike, but I do think it's one of them where we're not being told the truth, man. To be fair, I don't think Holding was that dead today, man. I don't think Holding was dead today. Like, I think Maitland-Niles put in a shift, but I'm not into this thing of praising, man, when they've for nothing really. Not that they can control anything, but what have we done today? Like, what have we done? You know, what have we done really and truly? Like, we ain't done nothing of any crud. We've just done nonsense today. Let me see what I got now, man. Let's get into the Arsenal player ratings, people. And you know, we gotta go on Google better yet, because I like to see when I have the squad in front of me, people. It makes it better. As you know, we lost 2-1. Is it even gonna let me scroll down? Don't do this. Where is it? Where's the Everton game? We lost to Everton. Timeline. I don't care about the timeline. Thank you very much. All right, boom, people. Let's just focus on the Arsenal lads. Leave it like that. Cool. Let me share the screen again. Absolutely crazy, man. Bro, Pepe just makes bad decisions and he's just a terrible footballer in terms of that. He's got the technical ability, but there's nothing else to it, man. Nothing else to it at all, man. Nothing else to it, brother. And let me go before I even do anything. Let me go on Arsenal.com, because I know say in true Arsenal fashion. I know say there must be one player who's come out talking. And if you're not a certain bro, if it's not Leno, cool. You know what? You see how they're smart. You know, I can't even get at Leno. You see how they're smart. They're just letting certain man come out to talk. Where's the captain of today coming out and talk? Let me share the screen again, people. Let me share the screen. Google Chrome tab. Let's go on Arsenal. Let's listen to Leno, one of the few players I can't be angry at. He said, of course, there's a big disappointment. It's not the time to feel sorry for ourselves. We have to stick together. We have to stay positive. And this is the only way, because on Tuesday, we have another big game. We have to win games to come out of this situation and have a positive mood again. And that's refreshing. You know, that's what the manager should be telling me. I don't want to hear nothing about luck. This is why, for all my criticisms about Leno, I got time for him. You know, this is what I want to hear. This is what fans want to hear. This is what I've been spending the last how many hours speaking about. You know, I don't want to hear about luck. I don't want to hear about luck. I don't want to hear about luck. You know, you go and tell your former master in Pep Guardiola about luck. Tell you to shut the hell up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Big man like you talking about luck. Nonsense. Like Lennon went on to say, I think the second goal was probably the key, because when you can see the goal right before halftime, it's always very difficult, especially in our situation. As I said, I felt sorry for you, Leno, because I'm pretty sure that corner was a result of you making a good save to deny Calvert-Lewin a very good goal. And he said, I think in the second half, we show good body language, good attitude, so you can see this team is alive and we want to turn the situation around. Now, Leno's probably trying not to dig out his teammates after his comments, but yeah, there was a bit more of a positive attitude. There was a bit more, but why is it reactive? It's too late. You know, we won in the second half by same circumstances against Sheffield United and we lost. We can't keep doing this, you know, Leno. And he said, now confidence is not on the top level, but the only thing that can be said is we should stick together and come out of the situation. A lot of things are going wrong for us, but we don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. We have to fight for every ball for our teammates. And that's true. But sadly, I don't think all the guys in your team want to do that. I don't think they want to do that. I don't think they want to do that, bro. Pardon me. I don't think they want to do that at all, man. It's a joke. Please hit the like button, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, man. There's this, bro. It's just crazy, man. Arsenal have no captain, like you said. Arsenal have no captain at all. No captain. It's all a joke thing, man. Bro, everyone can leave at this moment. I'm not defending no one, boy. Everyone can go. Everybody can go, man. We finished just above relegation zone, man. We finished just above the relegation zone, in my opinion. You know, that's just my opinion, really. It's absolute nonsense, people, bro. Like, why does this keep happening, man? Like, this has just been BS, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. 436 of you. I guess we might as well review the players' performances then, people. We might as well get into what I don't want to really get into. But I think it's got to be done. And on that note, let me quickly remove this share screen and share the next screen with you guys. Big up the 600 odd people locked in. Google Chrome, Arsenal. Let's see, man. Now, Eddie Nketiah, a free. Maybe that's even being generous. I never like to go beyond that. He put himself around, missed a big chance, ultimately anonymous. You know what? Yeah, man, I have to give him a free. I think he was below par. Do you know what? A 2 for Eddie Nketiah. Personally, what have you lot got for Eddie Nketiah, people? I've got a 2 for Eddie Nketiah. I'm trying not to be harsh, but I'm going to go with a 2 for Eddie Nketiah. You know, some men are saying 0. Some men are saying 3. You know, I'm going with a 2, man. I'm going with a 2 personally. I'm going with a 2 for Eddie Nketiah. You know, we've got Eddie Nketiah with a 2. Willian also gets a 2. You know, I think if I get at it, William probably played a tiny bit better in the second half, but I think it's a 2. And I don't know if you're on a banter thing with a 6 or a 7, but fair play. Like, some men are saying 1.5, some men are saying 2, some men are saying 1. You know, bro, Black Shadow money talks, man. As long as there's money on the table, man will sign for the club, like with Partey, Lacazette, Aubameyang. All players were at the Pepe, whether they've succeeded or not, all times where it looked like we're punching. Close to 30k subs, my man. Merry Christmas. Hopefully we get there, but until we're there, we can't get excited. You know, for me, as I said, William gets a free. You know, Ryan's just on a banter thing. You're gonna get blocked. Man, I'm saying 6 for William, 2 for William, 3 for William, 4 for William, -2 for William. So I've got a 2 for Eddie Nketiah, a 2 for William personally. 5 for what are we saying for Pepe? I'm torn between a 4 and a 5. I don't think he was that bad as much as he was frustrating. At the same time, he let his man go. It's between a 4 and a 5. I'm going to give Pepe a 4. I'm going to give Pepe a 4. I'm going to give Pepe a 4. He let his man go defensively, and he did score, and he was hot and cold. I'm gonna say a 4 for Pepe. I'm gonna give a 5 to Bukayo Saka. You know, we've got some 5s for Pepe's, 4s for Pepe's. Do you know what? Yeah, man, I reversed that, man. I give him a 5. He tried to fight. He got a goal. You know, at least he was shooting. It was poor shooting, but it was poor shooting. He let himself down. I think he just about gets a 5. I'm going to give Pepe a 5, man. I think a 5's good, man. I should have stuck to my guns there, but I'm moving as half-hearted as Arsenal, man. You know, trust me, they played amazing, bro. So what have I said? You know, I've said a 2 for William, 2 for Eddie, a 5 for Pepe. Also going to give Saka a 5. He tried. He looked like he done something, man. That's the whole point. He was average, so he gets a 5, bro. That's the whole point. Like, literally, that's literally a 5, man. You know, he is a 5, really. You know, he put himself around. He was terrible, but it's a 5 thing, man. It's an absolute 5. It's a 5 for Pepe. It's a 2 for Eddie. It's a 2 for William. It's a 5 for Saka. It's a 5 for Saka. El Nene, it's another 2 for El Nene. I can't believe he was losing too many 1v1 battles for me. It's, you know, it's a 3 for El Nene, a 3 for El Nene, a 3 for Ceballos. I'm going to give Maitland-Niles a 7, to be fair with you, man. He was Kalam at times. He done one poor throw in, and at times he's looking at Richarlison when the ball's being played behind him. But he won the penalty. He tried, you know. Again, I don't want to praise man for trying, but Maitland-Niles looked like one of the only players that got it. So I'm going to give a 7 to Maitland-Niles, man. He's my man of the match, to be fair with you, man. You know, I'm just giving Maitland-Niles a 7. I don't think I can blame him for any of the goals. The first one, really and truly, in fact, you know what? I'll give him a 6. A 6 for Maitland-Niles. 6 for Maitland-Niles. 5 for Tierney. 5 for, 5 for, 6 for, no, 5 for David Luiz. 5 for David Luiz. I think David Luiz also tried as well. I'd also give Holding a 5. I think he had an own goal, but I don't think he was that calam. Leno, I'll give you a 5 as well. Like, for me, Maitland-Niles, Leno, Tierney, Bukayo Saka. I applaud you lot. You lot tried a thing. Pepe, you tried more than Willian and Eddie and Nketiah out of the starters, I guess. Joe Willock, Lacazette, off the bench, you lot did a thing. Can't forget that. Martinelli, for the minutes you played, you did a thing for me. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So yeah, man. For me, man of the match would be Maitland-Niles, but man of the match when you've lost is dead. It don't make no sense, really and truly, does it? Who is this? Dylan's giving me a super chat. It's not letting me pull it up, but you said, how is Nketiah starting over Lacazette and Balogun? Oh, you got to take that up with Arteta. Willian, one shot on target all season and played full 90. Arteta skunked. Get this guy out the club. Can't disagree with anything you said. Can't defend anything, man. Yeah, man. Nah, that's harsh on Holding, man. I don't think Holding deserves a 4. That's harsh, man. Maitland-Niles, like I said, if your name is not Kieran Tierney, Maitland-Niles, Bukayo Saka, David Luiz, off the bench, Martinelli, to a degree, Lacazette and Joe Willock is crazy, man. Like, you shouldn't really, it's crazy, man. Willian, less said about William, the better. Tired of William. Please stop spamming. You're making losing harder. He might be, but you have to call it as you see it, man. They fully can. I can give ratings to whatever players I want. If I wanted to give someone a 10, a 10. I give Maitland-Niles a 6. Gave the rest 5s. I welcome opinions, though. Bro, I don't even mind. If you was there for the money, just play like that, innit? Play like you want to keep getting your bonuses and things like that. I don't see that. So, make of that what you will, man. On that note, though, I'm going to get out of here, really, Bro, what have you said, DG? More yellow cards than last season than any other Premier League team. Discipline's a problem, man. Discipline's a crazy problem at this football club, man. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. What have you lot got to say? Shout out all my South African tugs, This is it, man. This is it. I can't get. The funny thing is, I can't really get at none of the defenders today, really and truly, man. I can't. Like, I'm more onto the midfielders and strikers, really and truly, man. It's crazy, man. I don't know. I guess why David Luiz probably weren't captain is because he's got that little beef going on with Arteta. But Arteta's got to thank David Luiz lucky. He's one of the only players that looked half decent, people. Really and truly. So it is what it is. On that note, though, I don't have anything more to add. I don't want to add anything, man. Trust me, I'm cutting as well, man. I'm cutting as well. People, please make sure if you haven't hit the like button, you hit it on your way out. There's no point talking about Arsenal anymore. What's the point, man? I've spent how many hours speaking about Arsenal over before the game, during it, and after now. I'll see you lot tomorrow or something, man. It is what it is, people. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. As I said, please make sure you're hitting the like button. Safe, people, man.